What you can do instead of scrolling. This is going to be a very quick video, and it's going to be a very important video. Mainly because I was addicted to scrolling. Like, I would be a TikTok and Instagram reel monster. Like, I would watch that shit. I would keep scrolling. I would waste hours and hours per day, and I just felt so drained and exhausted. And I just had this can't be asked attitude to other things. Now, how you can quit in a way is that you don't quit. Right, your brain loves information. Instagram and TikTok have hijacked that ability, and also the fact that your brain is more susceptible to unpredictable rewards. So first of all, if you want to quit scrolling and you want to replace it with something else, you need to understand why you scroll. Why you scroll is because your brain is like a slot machine monster, right? When we were cavemen and we were older, and older as in like a long time ago, we were primates and everything. What would happen is that we would go hunting, right? And we would go hunt in forests, we would go hunt in like trees, we'd climb them, look for fruits, and we would go to new areas that we've never seen before. And because we were always hungry, and because of all that calorie burning, we were very hungry, we were very desperate for food. And so every time we found a berry, let's say the berry is the food, right? We'd go and find like strawberries or normal berries, and we would eat them, and we would be like, damn, I got the energy, like you got the dopamine from it. And when you go out to a new forest, like me and you are in a forest and we're looking out for more, we won't find it. Sometimes we'll find berries, sometimes we won't, but we're looking for that first berry. Like we found the berry, we're like, damn, the berry was good. And we'd go look in new areas, we'd not find it, and then in another area we'd find a smaller berry, we'll eat it, and then we'll keep looking. This is basically how slot machines work. We've built this like primal neural pathway to look for one reward, and if we found it, we will keep going to the same place even if we don't find it, because we know we might find it. And that's how reels work and slot machines work. When you pull it, very soon from the first pull, you'll probably get a reward. And because you realize you could get a reward, now your brain thinks, I'm gonna keep pulling this lever because I'll find that reward again. And that's why people get addicted to gambling. If you put this for reels, it's the same thing. When you're scrolling, you might find a funny reel within the first 5 to 10 reels, but then they'll slowly reduce the amount of reels that you find funny. They'll find like small little funny, like that type of reels, but then the real funny ones that make you addicted to it, like make you really like it, are very spaced out. In the beginning, you'll find a couple of them. Then as you scroll, the longer you scroll, they're more spaced out. Perfectly spaced out, mind you, because they have all your information to what you like, what you don't like. And that's why you get addicted. They've literally paid billions of dollars to make it so that you get addicted. Now, what can you replace this with? Replace this with reading. Literally, reading is one, if not like the most number one self-improvement tactic that I've ever done. Give me a second, let me find my Kindle. So, this is my Kindle. And this is called an e-reader, where I just download books online. I don't buy them, I pirate them, and I read them on this, right? You don't need a Kindle, you could get a normal book. Like, if you don't know what a normal book looks like, you probably don't. It looks like this, right? And you could go get it, and get it based on your own interests. You don't necessarily have to read like a self-improvement book, although those are very nice and they're very informative. You could read any book, but the idea is you need to be able to replace your brain's need of information and cut down on the habit of going gambling on reels to actual reading. Now, how is reading better? You might think like, okay, you're saying reading is better, but why? Now, why reading is better is because it's a very slow version of the same thing. What your brain is doing when it's watching reels is basically having snacks, like dopamine snacks. So the first little bite is always really tasty. And then you keep eating. Sometimes you find a really spicy snack, like you say spicy is your favorite. So you eat like spicy chips. You'll find like a really spicy chip to begin with. Then you're like, damn, okay, I'm gonna keep eating. And sometimes you'll find an even spicier chip. And so you'll keep eating from the chips packet. That's exactly how reels work. You like the first reel or second reel, and then you keep scrolling because your brain is subconsciously looking for that same level of spice, if not more. What you're doing here is basically the same thing. You're eating it, but instead of snacking, it's more like a meal. You're eating a really large meal instead of a snack. And a meal, it takes a while for you to enjoy it, right? You like it, you like the taste, but to finish the meal, it takes a lot more effort, you're working harder, and once you finish it, it's literally more satiating, you find it more delicious, and it's healthier. So how a book works, if you don't know, is that they have long pages, like bigger pages than scrolling, and you read that page, and that page is static. There's no colors, there's no sound, it's just a static page of words. and your brain takes that information in, it processes it, it might make images, and based on what book you're reading, let's say it's a self-improvement book, you read it, you read the author's story, you read what he's trying to say, you read the self-improvement tactic, and you can imagine, okay, your brain is thinking, okay, I can implement this in this part of my life, that part of my life, and you keep reading, and then once you're done with that page, then you click, and then, or you turn the page, and then you find the new page. You can see how this gets more healthier than Reels, because with Reels you immediately scroll if you don't like the page that you're watching. But with reading, you can't just scroll away from the page you're reading because it's important to the next page. And once you get into the habit of reading and you find books that you like, you will find that your brain physically gets bigger. Like, you find that your attention span improves, you're not as exhausted, and when you're reading, you literally feel more motivated because you find ideas to put into your real life. But anyway, that's basically my rant and slash self-improvement video for reading. If you like this video and you want to see more and you like my glasses, click the like button. And if you want to see more right now, you can click my face down there, and there's a bunch of other videos that I posted. Bye bye.